I bought some grapes, and I'm not an expert at any of it, and I'm just researching and growing and learning. But I bought them about 2 years ago, and the third year they bring their first growth. And so I'm researching online. I'm thinking, okay, because it's a whole thing, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And I felt the Lord when I bought it. I knew the Lord was going to teach me through this. And as you can tell, they're about as big as your hand, so like this. But they started off tiny little like this, like barely, just flowers, tiny little flowers. That's it. And I let them grow, and they only grow on the one stem. The first stem year. If you leave that stem will actually never grow fruit again. Which that's weird, but it is that way. And so they said, if you really want a lot of fruit, then you need to prune. So you can show the next picture. So you have to prune. You see the top there? They were all over the place. They were like 8 foot tall, and I had to prune them. Because it says, if you don't, all the energy goes in the growth, but there is no fruit. So I'm like, what the heck? So I had to prune them. And I'm telling you, I pruned them, and those suckers are being like ticks. They're exploding. And the Lord spoke to me. He says, this is what I'm doing with your life all the time. I'm constantly, because I want your fruit to grow. And you go, I don't need to grow. I need to grow because I need fruit. I delight in fruit. And so this is what I'm doing. And God says, this is what we're doing. This is what God is doing. He is pruning us. All these teachings, they're pruning us. We think we're so good, and God goes, chops it off. He goes, whoop. I thought, because we do so many things out of our feelings and emotions, and it looks so good, but God goes, there's no fruit. There's a bunch of green leaves. That's what he said to the fig tree. You're supposed to have fruit, and you don't. Because he was all excited about showing off all the good leaves. And you have to cut this off, and there's never, what you have done one year doesn't count for nothing the next. You have to do it again. You can't sit on it and go, well, this is what I did last year, so it's going to work this year. It ain't true. And we, as a church, we have learned, and as believers, we kind of figured out, this is, I guess, what works. And then we wonder, why is it not working? Because God is not into having boxes what works. He's into relationship. He's into relationship.